The savanna falls silent for a split second, the kind of silence that only comes before violence erupts. In the tall grass, a shadow moves with purpose. This is not a hunt. This is a territorial warning, written in muscle teeth and instinct. Somewhere nearby, laughter-like calls cut through the air. Hyenas are close. And where hyenas gather, lions never ignore the challenge. For generations, these two predators have been locked in an endless war over food, land, and dominance. Lions rule through raw power. Hyenas survive through numbers, strategy, and relentless pressure. When they meet, there are no rules, no second chances, only survival. Tonight's confrontation feels different. One mistake, one wrong decision, and everything could change in seconds. A group of hyenas moves forward, circling carefully, testing the invisible line that marks forbidden ground. Hunger pushes them closer. From the shadows, lionesses watch without sound, their bodies low, their eyes unblinking. They don't rush. In the wild, patience kills just as surely as speed. This is how war begins on the African savanna, not with chaos but with tension sharp enough to cut. Every stare is a threat. Every step forward is a gamble. And once the first charge breaks the silence, there is no turning back. If you want to see how this deadly rivalry unfolds, make sure to subscribe to the channel now. Turn on notifications and stay with us, because the next chapter reveals when tension finally explodes into action. The hyenas make the first mistake by stepping closer together, confidence rising with every echoing call. They believe numbers will protect them. On the edge of the grass, the lionesses rise slowly, revealing themselves not with sound but with presence. Their bodies form a silent wall, cutting off escape routes, enforcing hesitation. This is not chaos. It is strategy refined by generations. One hyena advances too far, testing the line that should never be crossed. The response is instant. A lioness lunges forward, stopping just short of contact, a warning written in motion. Dust lifts. Hearts race. The message is clear: retreat or be punished. The hyenas regroup, voices growing louder, trying to intimidate what they cannot overpower alone. The lionesses hold their ground, waiting, knowing reinforcements are never far away. Night watches silently. Subscribe now and stay with us, because the next chapter reveals when true power enters the battlefield. The atmosphere shifts the moment a deeper presence is felt. The ground vibrates softly as a male lion steps forward, his silhouette emerging with absolute authority. The hyenas freeze, their voices fade, replaced by hesitation. This changes everything. Where lionesses rely on precision, the male embodies finality. His size alone redraws the rules of the encounter. He moves slowly, deliberately, every step a declaration of ownership. The hyenas scatter outward, forming a loose ring, testing courage against instinct. One bold challenger lunges in mock defiance. The response is explosive. The lion charges, forcing the entire group backward in a surge of dust and panic. No contact is needed. The message is delivered through dominance alone. Territory is claimed. Boundaries are enforced. In the wild, presence can be more powerful than violence, and survival often belongs to those who recognize when the fight is already lost. Subscribe and stay tuned, because the next chapter reveals what happens when numbers refuse to surrender. The hyenas do not flee. Instead, they regroup, spreading wider voices, rising again as confidence slowly returns. They understand something lions never forget but cannot ignore. Strength wins battles, but numbers win wars. One by one, more hyenas emerge from the darkness, drawn by sound and opportunity. The balance begins to shift. The male lion turns, tracking every movement. He cannot chase them all. The hyenas dart forward and back, testing reactions, snapping at air, pushing the edges of his patience. This is their game. Wear the enemy down, create confusion, force mistakes. Lionesses step closer, tightening their formation. They defend without panic, but the pressure builds. Every second matters. Every breath costs energy. The savanna fills with dust, sound, and circling shadows. Neither side commits fully, yet neither retreats. In this moment, survival is not about courage. It is about endurance. About knowing when to push and when to wait. And as the standoff stretches on, one truth becomes clear. This fight is far from over. Subscribe now and stay watching, because the next chapter shows how quickly control can slip away in the wild. The standoff finally breaks when a single hyena darts too close, driven by hunger and overconfidence. In an instant, the savanna erupts. Lionesses surge forward, forcing separation while the male pivots with explosive speed. Dust clouds, the air blurring shapes and intentions. What began as a warning turns into a test of limits. The hyenas scatter, then immediately return, snapping and circling, refusing to abandon the opportunity. Their voices rise again sharper, now feeding courage through sound. Each step closer drains the lion's energy. Each retreat invites another challenge. Control begins to fracture, not through defeat, but through exhaustion. The male lunges, once more powerful yet measured, but the hyenas are learning. They keep their distance, striking nerves rather than bodies. Time stretches, muscles burn, hunger presses harder than fear. In the wild, dominance is not permanent. It must be defended every second or surrendered without ceremony. As the dust settles briefly, both sides pause, breathing hard. The outcome remains uncertain. One mistake will decide everything. Subscribe to the channel and stay with us, because the next chapter reveals the split-second decision that changes the fight forever. Everything changes in less than a heartbeat. One hyena misjudges distance, stepping into the narrow space between threat and consequence. The male lion reacts instantly. He surges forward with terrifying precision, forcing the hyenas into chaos. Dust explodes upward, cries fracture into panic, and the circle collapses. The lion does not chase blindly. He targets pressure points, driving the clan back with controlled aggression. The lionesses advance in sync, reclaiming ground inch by inch. For a brief moment, power regains control. The hyenas hesitate. Hunger argues, but instinct screams retreat. Yet numbers refuse to vanish. From the edges, shapes return slower, now more cautious. The battle has shifted from dominance to survival. Both sides feel the cost. Every movement drains strength. Every decision carries risk. In the wild, victory is never clean. It is measured in seconds gained and lives spared. And this fight is not finished yet. Subscribe right now and turn on notifications, because the next chapter reveals the price paid when neither side is willing to lose. Neither side retreats. The hyenas slow their movements, spreading wider, forcing the lions to guard every angle at once. This is no longer about winning. It is about outlasting. The male lion stands firm, chest heaving, eyes locked forward, while the lionesses shift, constantly blocking openings before they form. Hunger sharpens every decision. One hyena limps forward, injured but defiant, drawing attention away from the others. It is a calculated risk. The lions hesitate for a fraction of a second. That pause is enough. The clan presses closer, voices rising again, feeding courage through noise and proximity. The pressure is relentless. The lions respond with force, but fatigue creeps in quietly. Muscles stiffen. Reactions slow. In the wild, refusal to surrender always comes with a price. Sometimes that price is blood. Sometimes it is territory. And sometimes it is the strength needed for the next battle. As the standoff stretches on, both predators face the same truth. Survival today may cost them tomorrow. Subscribe to the channel now and keep watching, because the next chapter reveals who finally pays the price for pushing too far. The tension snaps, not with a roar but with movement. A wave of hyenas surges forward from multiple angles, testing the lion's fading resolve. This time the advance is slower, smarter, coordinated with precision born from experience. They are no longer probing. They are committing. The male lion turns, realizing too late that defending everything means controlling nothing. The lionesses respond instantly, driving toward the weakest flank, but the clan adapts. Hyenas rotate positions, replacing the tired, with the bold pressing closer with each step. Their confidence grows as the lion's energy drains away. Dust hangs heavy in the air, carrying the sounds of snarls, paws, and hard breathing. For a moment, the male stands alone, framed by moving shadows, forced to choose between the meal and survival. Power still lives in his body, but numbers erode even the strongest will. Slowly, deliberately, the lions begin to give ground, not in defeat, but in calculation. Living to fight again matters more than holding ground today. In the wild, retreat is not weakness. It is strategy written by survival. Subscribe now and stay with us, because the next chapter reveals what happens after the lions step back and the hyenas claim their moment. The hyenas finally close in, claiming the abandoned prize with sharp calls of victory, yet their triumph is short-lived. The lions watch from a distance, memorizing faces, ground, and weakness. In the wild, nothing is ever settled. Territory shifts. Power returns. Every encounter writes the memory of the next one. Tonight ends without a clear winner, only survivors who learned where the line truly lies. The savanna exhales, but the rivalry sleeps, never dying. Subscribe, like, and stay with the channel, because this war never ends, and the next encounter will be even more brutal. Watch closely because nature always collects its debt in the end. Soon.